Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to your reading. Take what resonates, leave what does not. This message is not going to be for every single person, but there might be some information in here for you if you're here. So I'm glad you're here. Welcome. Let's see what Spirit has to say to you today. I have some oracles in front of me to help me, but I'm just going to pull some tarot to clarify here. Okay, Spirit, what can we get? Okay, yep. This is already kind of painting a picture for me. Okay, wow. So the energy here is a little tricky. 44 on the timer I just saw. 44. Fours are the number of stability. They're the number of firm structure. Okay. Okay, I feel like you've really been carrying a lot in your life recently. There has been a heavy burden that you have been forced to carry for a long time with the Ten of Wands here. This is the final wand. The final wand card in the suit from 1 to 10. So it's like you've been carrying a burden for a really long time to the point that it cannot be carried any longer. It must be dropped. It has to be let go of. Carrying this burden has taken away from your ability to enjoy and fully feel just like the pleasure of life, feel the joy, the emotional fulfillment of life. It's made you feel, I feel like, really blocked, really jaded. With Two of Swords here on the bottom of the deck, it's like, yeah, like I feel like you've been unable to even make choices in your life. Like you've been unable to make choices. You've been unable to, hold on. This message is coming through. You've just been really stuck, I feel. And whatever you've been carrying, whatever you've been holding on to has made you feel like you can't move forward. You can't make choices. You can't move on. And with Unstick the Stuck here as one of the oracles, Spirit's saying, like, I think you are the King of Cups now because of all of this. Queen of Wands in reverse as well, which to me, that gives me you are very, very, very emotionally intelligent, very emotionally in tune, very like strong as well in using those emotions and that intuition and intelligence within whatever you do. I feel like it really expresses and really helps a lot of people. But at the same time, it's like you're being asked to really like honor yourself with Queen of Wands in reverse. When I see that in reverse, it often gives me it's time for like self-respect, self-love, self-valuing, having strong boundaries, because ultimately you are this infinite potential, and you have this. Fly just landed on me, and you are fully capable of bringing whatever it is that you desire into reality through just you being you. Like, this is like quantum, right? Like you can enter this quantum fifth dimensional consciousness and really bring whatever it is you desire into reality by focusing on it, by meditating on it, by really just becoming it. But yeah, this energy, it feels like it's not moving. It's even hard for me to fully get the message across because it feels like there's not much to give you, because I think what the message is saying is, it's like you do feel stuck. You feel stuck. You feel like you're not moving. And it's like there's not much really happening to move you forward. What I see here with Crocodile, it's like you're at rest. You're at ease, soldier. You're at ease, soldier. Don't know why I just said that, but it's like you're at rest. And you've been like submerged, kind of like observing is what I'm getting. You're just kind of observing what's around you. But it's like crocodiles live in like swamps sometimes. Like I almost am getting swamp, like it's just a swampy, heavy, like you're stuck. I can't stress that enough. It's like stuck, valid. Like if you're feeling stuck, yeah, like you've been stuck. I feel like a lot of readings, it's like, oh, you've been feeling stuck, but you're moving forward. I'm here to give the realness of what I'm channeling from Spirit. Like, you're feeling stuck. 528 on the timer right there. 528 hertz could be really significant. I've been seeing that a lot. It resonates with generally like the solar plexus or the heart, but solar plexus energy could be really helpful to help you here. But the message that really stands out for me here as the North Star of the reading is one step ahead is all you need. I feel that sometimes when we get stuck, when we're in this like Two of Swords energy here, Nine of Wands reverse, the Sun reverse, like these cards coming out here, when we're in this energy, it can feel overwhelming. It can feel like we have to overhaul like everything all at once to get out of where we are. If we've been trying things in our life, if we've been doing things and none of it's really been working, sometimes it's like our brains can resort to trying to go to like the extreme of, I need to fix my whole life, overhaul my whole life all at once. And that just overwhelms us even more. It's like our brain is like addicted to being overwhelmed because we're already so overwhelmed with the stuckness. But Spirit's saying here, like, the gift in the situation, the owl here, ooh, fire ant coming out under it, frustration. The gift in this that Spirit's trying to give you under it all is like the trust in your one step. Trust in one step ahead at a time. Trust that that's literally all you need. And that's all Spirit's asking you to do, to unstick the stuck. Literally just that one step could be everything. For example, in my life, I have been, I know stuckness, so don't worry. I have been stuck in my life for years at a time, where it just feels like nothing you do moves you forward, nothing you do changes. But now coming out on the other side of that stuckness, like just recently, I can look back and recognize why that stuckness was there. I can understand why I needed that time to go within, to do the healing, to even just be stuck and know what that's like, right? Because that it's a part of life. This is one of the cycles of life, 747 on the timer. Everything is working out the way it's meant to. Everything's working out the way that it is meant to. And sometimes the one step is just the healing. It's having a good cry. The one step could just be feeling that frustration that was under that owl, feeling that rage, like allowing yourself to just honor what you're feeling with yourself in your sacred time, and just allowing yourself to move through that. Allowing yourself to, as hard as it is, trust that next intuitive step. Sometimes it feels like a big, scary step. But as I was just talking about this yesterday, sometimes those big, scary, fearful steps are actually, not sometimes, those big, fearful, scary steps, on the other side of that fear, you realize the fear was always an illusion and that you were always a lot stronger than you thought you were. And once you just take that one step, because usually the one step when you're stuck is something that you just don't want to do. You avoid it. It's hard. But once you do it, that one step, then the momentum picks up, and then you're able to take another and another, and you realize, oh, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Even if it's still tricky, not as bad as my mind was making me think it was. And then you're able to kind of move through that overwhelm and become empowered in it. But I understand how disempowering it can be to feel stuck. Especially when you're like this emotionally intelligent, this self-aware, and you should be moving forward. And you should be like coming out of this into the upright, like expressive, bold, fierce, but you're just, this is who you are on the inside. I know that feeling. And all I can say is one step at a time, really, honestly. The Magician and Temperance in reverse. So what that tells me is, yeah, maybe you've just been, well, not maybe, like, there is an impatience here. There's an impatience. You're feeling impatient. You're feeling like you want things to move forward. You're feeling like you should be able to have everything you've ever wanted to manifest, right? Maybe you have this vision for your life, this big vision, and it's so different from where you're at now. And it's like, you're just like, why can't I be there? Like, when am I going to be there? When am I going to be the magician with just all of this, everything I ever wanted all around me? When is it going to manifest? When can I manifest it? And I feel Spirit's just, again, it's part of the manifestation process is like that pentacle energy. It's not always like the flying wands and, flying communication swords. Like, sometimes it's that pentacle, the slow, steady, one step at a time. And I feel that's what Spirit's trying to say. Like, just take that one step that feels 11:11 on the timer. It feels best to you in this moment. And even if what feels best to you right now is just like giving yourself a moment and space to have a little tantrum, because that can be helpful. It can give you information on where you're at and what you're really wanting. It can make you like realize what you're sick of. It can make you realize like what it is you've been holding on to that needs to be shaken off. It can give you clarity, especially with King of Cups here, the emotional energy. Because that can also be why we're stuck, is when we're holding a lot of emotions, holding on to a lot of attachments, holding on energetically to things from the past, or to things that just aren't working anymore, that we're afraid to, or have a hard time fully accessing consciously. But when we let ourselves just allow that to come up, it's a portal, it's a gateway to your next step, rather than trying to like push forward. So I feel it's just, we're in Leo season, we're almost at that Lion's Gate. I feel like it's just about whatever that one step is that's a little bit bold for you. A little bit bold, a little bit daring, a little bit scary. Yeah, the Emperor. Whatever that, like, it feels a little bit risky. Like, it feels a bit risky. It feels a little bit like it might ruffle some feathers, maybe even. But Queen of Pentacles is here. This is who you really are. And this is who you're really becoming in it all. Even if you have to use that energy. So, a brand new cycle awaits. More emotional fulfillment. A whole new clean slate where you're able to get out of this energy. It does await you. And that's the hope. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. Because this doesn't last forever. This won't last forever. It can't last forever. But it does require you to just take that step. So, one step ahead is all you need. I hope this message helps you. I love you very, very much. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.